We've all seen Forrest Gump, right? It's that classic movie, makes you laugh, makes you cry, but what if I told you there's way more going on than just a good story? What if it's hiding a pretty deep philosophical message? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dive into today. So just think about this for a second. What if this movie, this story about a simple guy with a wild life, isn't just a story at all? What if it's actually like a parable, a roadmap for how to get by in this super complicated, sometimes cynical world we live in? That's the big question we're going to tackle.
All right, so to really get to the bottom of this, we're going to look at 5 key things. First up, we'll see how the film is basically a mirror to society. Then, we'll talk about that simple moral compass Forrest has. After that, his crazy role as a witness to history. Then, of course, the whole story with Jenny. Love, pain, all of it. And we'll wrap up with the power of just keeping things simple.
Okay, let's jump right in. First section. This is way more than just a movie. We're going to see how Forrest, in his own simple way, kind of holds up a mirror to our world and shows us just how weirdly complicated and, let's be honest, absurd it can all be.
So what makes Forrest so Forrest? His real strength isn't what you'd expect from a typical hero. He's not ambitious. He's not some genius. Nope. His superpower is something way more special. He is always himself. He's totally honest, and he just accepts life for what it is, no questions asked.
And this is where things get really interesting. You've got Forrest on one side bringing simplicity, and then you've got the rest of the world totally obsessed with making everything complicated. He's honest while society is cynical. He just accepts things while everyone else is trying to control every little detail. And when you see him move through that world, you can't help but realize, wow, our own values have gotten pretty tangled up, haven't they?
So you gotta ask, how did he get this way? Where did this solid-as-a-rock character come from?
Well, that leads us straight to his simple moral compass. And it was all built by the most important person in his world, his mama.
And you know the line I'm talking about. Life was like a box of chocolates. I mean, come on, it's one of the most famous movie lines ever. But it's so much more than that. It's the whole philosophy she gave him. It's not about being clueless. It's about being okay with not knowing. Just embracing the fact that life is totally unpredictable, and man, does he live by that rule.
And really, that's the secret to his success. It has nothing to do with being smart like we think of it. It's all about his inner stability. Because his mom gave him that unconditional love, he had this unshakable sense of who he was. That's a foundation that's way more powerful than any high IQ score.
Okay, so with that solid foundation, Forrest basically stumbles through the 20th century. It's like one big accidental journey where he becomes this passive protagonist, just watching history unfold. I mean, think about it. He meets Elvis, he's in the thick of the Vietnam War, he accidentally helps expose the Watergate scandal, he's there for all of it. But here's the kicker. He never once tries to make any of it happen. He's just passing through, like a feather in the wind, guided by pure chance.
And this points to something pretty deep. He's a witness, right? Not a manipulator. The movie is basically saying, hey, you don't have to be some big shot or understand every little detail to be a part of history. History isn't just made by the people in charge. It's also shaped by the quiet, everyday people who are just there.
But Forrest's story isn't just about presidents and wars. It's also a massive emotional journey. And that, of course, brings us right to the heart of the whole movie, his relationship with Jenny. A story of love, of pain, and ultimately of acceptance.
Man, these two are like polar opposites, right? You've got Forrest, who is just pure stability and innocence. He offers this unconditional love that doesn't ask for a single thing. And then there's Jenny, who's been through so much trauma. She's chaos. She's always running, trying to escape the pain inside.
And this, for me, is the most powerful part of their whole story. Notice how Forrest never tries to save her. He never tries to fix her. He just accepts her, exactly as she is, no matter what. His love isn't about control, it's about presence, just being there. And you have to wonder, isn't that maybe the purest kind of love you can find?
So, let's put it all together. His character, his crazy journey through history, his unwavering love for Jenny. What does it all mean? What's the big takeaway? Well, it all boils down to our final point, the amazing power you can find in simplicity.
Just look at his resume. He becomes a decorated war hero, a world-famous ping pong champion, a millionaire shrimp boat captain. It's absolutely nuts. But the craziest part of it all? He did it all with zero ambition.
He wasn't chasing any of it, and it seems like that's precisely why success just found him.
So what are the big lessons we can pull from this movie? Well, for one, that being good is a strength, not a weakness. You don't have to understand everything to live a decent life. That real love means just being there, not trying to control someone. And maybe the biggest one of all, it's not about where you end up, it's about the journey itself.
And that really leaves us with one final thought to chew on. Maybe the real reason Forrest Gump has stuck with us for all these years is because of its simple, powerful reminder that the big, profound truths of life, they're usually hiding in plain sight. Meaning isn't found in some grand master plan. It's found in the simple, everyday things, the running, the sitting, the waiting for the bus.